So, hey, what's up, everybody? Just thought I'd do a little quick live just to say hello to people. Hope everybody's doing well today. Um, yeah, I was listening to that rapper, I guess, that Bobbles had shared, and went and took a look at some of the videos that he had done, and some of the lyrics are okay, but they're very full of hate, I think, for anybody that doesn't uh, stand for the same things that they do. I didn't agree with a lot of things that have gone on in the past in general across the world. Um, there's a lot of things that are wrong, but there's so many more things that are, you know, we as the general public, we don't get to really be, you know, given a lot of the real inner details of what's going on. There's a lot of times when there's like, people are voting, and they'll send out those booklets of, vote no on this, or, vote yes on this. You have to really read those things. I don't even know, do they even send them out anymore? I hope they do, and I hope people read them, because it's important to read them, because sometimes the way they will word something is that you're voting, they put in the big, in the big print, they'll word it like, vote this because of this. But in actuality, when you read the small print, you'll see that you might really be voting against something that you don't want to vote against, or vote for something that you don't want to vote for. You have to read things. You can't always take things for surface value. And a lot of things that they like to do is they'll insert little loopholes where they'll work out, okay, well, we'll put that on the ballot, but but at the same time, if that passes through, then this will pass through. You know what I'm saying? So they'll find loopholes. People have got to inform themselves, before they vote for things. Now, I I'm no, I'm not giving any kind of advice or anything. I'm just saying to really stand up for what you believe in. No matter if, what is it, if it gets hot. I don't know the words I'm trying to think. I know now that, as it stands, a lot of times now, um, because of recent events, it's, I speak to an empty room, but they're not empty. There's people here now. I think that's okay, because I'll keep keeping on. I'll keep keeping on. That's why we have mouths and we have brains, and they can't always spew hatred. It can't always be that the loudest people are shouting hatred. Those are the people, that hatred thing. It surprises me Hi, Mr. Tim. Well, I appreciate you being here. I really do. It's nice to see somebody say hi. This isn't new. Hi, Tanger. No, you don't drive me crazy. None of you do. I'm a better person because of you guys. And every day, I mean, I hope to become better. I'm certain I'll never be perfect. Hi, Cassidy. Nobody is. Nobody is perfect. You know, feelings make people say things they don't mean. Sometimes they do mean them. Maybe they just didn't want to say them. Hi, Lemon. Um, I appreciate you guys. I really do. And okay, Danger. And that's a very important thing, that Tanger is watching those hearings and watching them without making an uninformed opinion or that is so important. So important. I didn't even realize. I guess I was in the heat of the moment of the whole with Bobos the other night when okay, Cassidy, with Bobbles and what her husband there was saying to me. That I missed when she said my sister's been dead for a long time. Um, Man, that's really shocking to me. The lack of empathy there is maybe not shocking, but appalling, Right, Mr. Tim? Yeah, or that really. Hi, Rose. You're funny. Well, I mean, we can all strive for perfection. That's always a good thing, you know, um, or to try to make the world a better place. And uh, there's always going to be people who disagree with us. But if their disagreements cause hatred, if they're not, and if they don't come with a solid like reason, like it doesn't even have to be an argument, it can be a debate. Nothing has to be always an argument, just because somebody doesn't like, just because I don't agree with particular pictures that were put up does not mean that I should be called the names that I was called by somebody's husband. Um, just because Tiffany H wouldn't provide Chosen One community dates of a march when this woman was like screaming at or whatever I supposedly did to her, it doesn't mean they should go on this aggressive campaign to continue to slander people. It doesn't make sense to me when people can't realize that life puts enough on people's plates. It's not our place to try to make anybody's life harder. If you would adopt a pet to make their life easier, why can't you just be kind to human beings to try to make their lives easier? I mean, think about it. If that pet could disagree with your opinions, would you not like it anymore? If that pet suddenly got a voice and started saying, hey, well, I don't feel that way about this group, you know, would you all of a sudden dislike that pet? Is that the reason why people will say, oh, animals are better than humans? Is it because they can't speak their opinions? I'm just saying. I mean, look at the campaign against Rose Ellen when she pointed out simply that Sharon wasn't the only one who did something for subscribers, or I mean, this it became this humongous hacking Ellen, trolling Ellen, cloning Ellen, against Ellen, and all this stuff. I mean, I'm not saying that the person who was doing all that to you is even the person who was doing it. Sometimes I have a tendency to think that there's a person who, but it wasn't only names, Mr. Tim. When somebody, that's not only as far as they go. It's not, you know, I'm not giving them a reaction. This isn't to them personally. This is my stance on watching people be harassed and um, not care about, like, okay, chosen one community. Calling Tiffany H's husband at 4 a.m. in the morning and screaming at the top of her lungs at him, knowing they have 5 young children as well. But see, I happen to think that YouTube can be a good platform to speak out about the right things, and not the right things. I'm not going to say the right things. I'm going to say things that matter in life. Yes, she did. 4 in the morning, mind you. All because this woman had, basically no support from the community that she started within on that march, and was harassed relentlessly. Well, it won't be us here, Mr. Kim, because we don't reach into people's lives in a matter of wanting to expose their child's behavior or their deceased relatives, or what I mean? We don't do that. We just kind of want to see the world, as a whole, as a better place. Well, I do believe that we do hold our head high and say that we are better people every day. I mean, I don't know everybody. I can't say I'm a better person than all of them. You know what I mean? I can only try to provide and appreciate this platform and the people here for being who they are. I don't hate any of those people. Exactly, paranormal. Because she wouldn't give her the date of a march. That's what I was able to decipher from the text messages. I don't really, I mean, but in the meantime, this woman was getting CPS, immigration, all that stuff called on her. And what's been lost amongst the shuffle was the initial burning of the Barbie in a hijab video. I mean, that got lost in the whole, not by Tiffany H, I'm not saying, but she didn't get, so, I clearly remember Bobble saying to her, "You're on your own, Tiffany H." And then I do believe she proceeded to say women get RAPED because of what they're wearing. But why would Tiffany H want to give any date or address for a march when she was being targeted so viciously and violently? You know what I mean? By now, if she would have given all that to CWC, it would be all exposed and right here. But I will tell you that CWC doesn't call anybody. Yeah, but that woman basically mm, got frightened off YouTube. Not frightened. I don't want to say frightened. I want to say she just threw her hands up in the air, just like Mary Mary and like Net Net is almost done, and like Traveler Girl Lou almost did. I've almost done. But you notice that there's a couple of people that were in within the midst of. Now, I'm not going to cut Tiffany H the slack of saying that she did go after Sharon first, talking about teeth. She absolutely did. Came out of nowhere on Tom's channel and started talking about Sharon's teeth. Same with Bobbles. Bobbles went after Sharon first. And that is the truth. Okay. Bobbles may have taken down those videos of where she was, well, Mr. Tim, look at Rose. She got harassed just for saying one statement. People, unless we speak out against it, ignoring it doesn't make it go away. You're aware now. I'm there now. Unless we speak out against ignoring it doesn't make it go away. There's been a constant campaign against my channel. Yeah, I saw that, Rose. I will tell you that I myself and somebody else who is really good at researching things could not find that somewhere. Um, Getting close where? What are you talking about? Taking your channel down and not speaking out? Yeah, we searched high and low to try to confirm that. Now, I don't know how somebody could fake that, but I will tell you that, I find it hard to, it's hard for me to think that somebody, who Bobbles did truly show, um, Sharon's records and this and that one's records, and they all do. It seems odd to me that they didn't show the full extent of those arrest records. I'm not saying it didn't look like him. I'm just saying, and I'm not saying that it's not a very interesting piece of information. I'm just saying that when searched for, we couldn't verify it. Well, it is relevant to me. I wish you would tell me because what you say matters, paranormal. Matters to me in a good way. You're not a bad person, you're a good person. So I expect something good and I missed out on it and I want to know what it was. That's all, you know? I mean, I do believe if I had been standing in front of Mr. Bobbles at that time when he was screaming that long list of what was the last one he called me? A rooster fish? The hell is a rooster fish? Is that something like a chicken head? Who says that kind of stuff? And it's okay for him to be proud of his, Southern heritage, but it's just very hypocritical to me that every time I get upset about a constant barrage of just disgraceful stuff, I mean, I really don't have a right to be hurt about it, or be angry about it, or to defend myself against it from people who, like, I expected what occurred between me and Bobbles to occur. I expected that. I knew it was a matter of time, and that sucks. It sucks to have continuity of being an asshole, people. And um, to hear her herself say that we are a negative channel and everything is negative except for her. If that was the case, She could have simply just said, "Hey, I'm sorry about that, SG." Instead of a constant excuse. It's a constant excuse. And but it was a simple fix. But to me, I myself, if anything that I've ever received have their names in it, I don't read them off out loud. Here's the thing though, Debbie had a live stream the other day where she was talking about receiving an email, I believe the same one that I received. Usually her and I are CC'd in the same things. But she took no recognition to the fact that I was being doxxed in that email as well. She took no recognition that the fact that she receives emails from my deceased sister, whether she knew it at the time a couple of days ago or now, to say, "Oh, my apologies." I mean, she has apologized before, but sorry is more than just a word. You know, she then went on to make a video where she literally does say my sister's name with disdain. You know what? I don't know your relatives or your deceased relatives' names and things like that, Debbie, because I choose to ignore when somebody is, and to block people. Hi, Buns. Hi, Night Owl. People when they're coming in with that kind of stuff. If I ever receive an email speaking on you, I wouldn't say the name. I wouldn't say your last name. I wouldn't say, "Oh, well, loads of people know it already. Big deal." I wouldn't say it. Well, just being here is good, Mr. Tim. Thank you. Hi, Tish TV. You know, and it wasn't anybody in the chat that was talking in the chat with her name. That's been misinterpreted. It was on the panel. Her name was Linda. Beautiful name. Beautiful name. I love speaking of her because to live in hearts you leave behind is never to die. We actually have the power to give people eternal life by speaking about them kindly. That's all we as human beings can do. And when somebody passes away, I'm sure that if they can hear, if they can see things, I would only hope that people speak kindly of people who have passed away. And if they don't know them, then please don't make a video saying that, you know, you didn't say their name in disdain, but say their name in disdain to prove the point. a simple ignoring it or saying, hey, sorry about that. I didn't realize. Why would I owe Tiffany M a huge apology, Truth Fairy? If I thought I did, I would give it. Uh, I don't know why people come and demand apologies that have been given. Do you want me to say sorry to her for getting that I got cancer? I'm not exactly sure, Truth Fairy, what your point is. I've been on Yaxley's panel defending her. I She's defended me. We've both defended each other. And I don't really know why now she's not defending me, but why she's angry with me. I just don't know why. And when asked, I get, well, if you don't know, then you are self-aware. But I get demands to make apologies. There was no tape of me saying my cancer was fake. Why would I make a tape saying my cancer was fake? Do you see how ridiculous you sound, Truth Fairy? And you call yourself Truth Fairy? Hi, Just John. That makes no sense. Why would I do that? Tiffany's the one who spread that video out, not defended me. That's just silliness to say. Sheep? Are they sheep? I don't know what they are. Turkeys? Man, my eyes aren't that good, Mr. Tim. Basketballs? I'm having a real hard time seeing it. I see an owl. Are those roses? I don't know. And my eyes aren't that good. My eyes really aren't that good, but I don't think that emojis are worth $1,000, in my opinion. um, See how ridiculous that is? She was the only one there for you when the tape of you saying your cancer was fake came out. Yeah, are you gonna respond to me on Truth Fairy with a legit answer to a legit question of why would I talk about myself in the third person and say, Survivor Girl does not have cancer. Survivor Girl is faking cancer. We call the hospital. She does not have cancer. She is doing this to get money for her rent. Can you tell me why I wouldn't know about HIPAA laws? I would speak of myself in the third person. And why you're referring to fake cancer. I know, right? I know. I was scared to death. It was also Tiffany who sat there with that voice changing video trying to prove it was me. I mean, Can I have a legit answer, Truth Fairy? One time when I asked a legit question, can these people stop making accusations and start answering some legit questions with logical answers? What kind of an idiot would I be after 52 years? And how must I mean, I'm able to get disability for a fake cancer? Actually, they denied me 3 times. It's not so easy to get disability for cancer. That's so ridiculous. A pour under my skin in order to have a GoFundMe? Hi, Robbie. That makes no sense to me. I can't even. What do you mean, Robbie? Sure. Sure, we can. I'm all for role playing, but not LARPing. Tiffany also put out a video. You know what? Swear on everything you love's life that you think I'm that big of a douchebag of a person that I would fake cancer. God strike everything you love dead right now, Truth Fairy. If you think. So wait a minute. You're saying wait. Right there shows what a liar you are. You need to change your name. Because up here, you say, she was the only one there for you when the tape of you saying your cancer was fake came out. And here you're saying, Night Owl, I heard it when Tiff played it. It's her voice. So which one is it, Truth Fairy? Do I owe her a big apology? I mean, are you going to be okay? You need to change your name. You're giving Truth and Fairies a bad rap. It wasn't my voice. Are you out of your fucking gourd, lady? You got about 2 seconds to swear on everything you love that you would God strike you and everything you love down if you stand by wholeheartedly and are willing to risk God striking down everything you love, that's the truth. Otherwise, you're out of here. I mean, you haven't even answered why logically I would do that. You came in here saying I owed an apology to somebody that you clearly then said was trying to prove it was me. Yeah, okay. Kind of an idiot when or would anybody be? Kind of a fool would doctors be to put a port under somebody's skin? Like how? She didn't do the GoFundMe for me. My daughter did. My daughter did. You don't know any truth, huh? You got to change your name, man. You got to change your name. And I do believe I thanked her enough for that. Unless you want me to lick her asshole, which is not happening, I don't know what to tell you. You're spouting some untruths, man. You're exactly right, Luna. Except it's my story, Truth Fairy. How the hell would Tiffany know my story? And how does she go? How do you change, Truth Fairy, from her supporting me to her not supporting me? Thank you, see? Yeah, correctly, man. All she tried to do was try to rectify, and she did a fine job of that. Um, but she also did a fine job. Oh God, you know what? I think this is secular. I gotta block this person. I am done with that. Hi, no enabling. Why would doctors be lying and give me a port? How could I possibly have LARPed a hospital? Yes, he is, Jeanette. Wow, no, no, no. It was a slap. And no, Luna's saying, I don't owe Tiffany an apology because, I mean, I was grateful to when she decided to change her stance, but she's gone back and forth so much that here's this person, Truth Fairy, in here trying to act like without any legit response to how I was able to convince doctors to put a port under my skin or able to LARP a whole hospital. Man, I don't even know what would inspire these people. Oh, right, I know. Yeah. What would inspire them to do that? What they did. I can't even wrap my head around it. But that, Vern actually, man, he took a huge role in what he was doing. Let me just, um, I know, right? Even though it wasn't. I mean, and here's the thing, I don't even own that program. If I did, I would have used it. There was some Manny Cam. What the hell was it called? I can't remember. Remember, Tiffany had a video up. It's like it was some. I can't remember what it was called. I think it began with an M. I want to say some kind of a video program that I've never even had. I mean, uh, it's like no. Tom Reed has yet to provide us with his proof of all my neighbors. All my neighbors. Oh, Morova or something. Morova. Wasn't that what it was called? Morova, something like that. But he has yet to show these emails from all my neighbors because I guess all my neighbors know my medical thing. They can clearly ask my downstairs neighbor on the first floor the day that I forgot to put my hat on when I was going out to check my mail, and she was out there smoking a cigarette, and I didn't realize it because I was completely bald, and I didn't realize it till she went when I came through the door. I felt, I don't know, naked. If um if Sharon V doesn't realize that every time she thinks it's funny to put up that monk picture with my face superimposed on it isn't a reminder of one of the worst times in my life, and doesn't realize that to me it only is indicative that they think that's funny. That's too bad, and that sucks because I wasn't laughing when I went with my stupid little baseball hat on, dog mom, that I don't wear because I I don't know, man. I can't even explain. But the the hair cutter place, the guy, he did it after hours, like shaved the rest off because it came off in one piece in the towel. I didn't know till I looked in the mirror, and I looked very similar to the picture that Sharon thinks is so funny, and Tiffany yucks it up at, and Prudently, and Bobby Ramos put laughing, crying emojis too. I didn't know. I looked in that towel and it was like I'd been scalped. There was the whole top of my hair. I had it cut, for like a week. And then that day, I wrapped the towel around my head, took it off, and looked in the mirror and was in shock. And the hairdresser that had cut it 5 days before did it after hours to shave the rest of my hair off and show me how to put the wig on and stuff, which I didn't use because I bothered. I just put a hat on all the time. Of course, now it's super funny to some people. Chemo bald, this isn't funny. Cancer's not funny. Um, I'm not thin skinned or super sensitive. I just know what makes me cry. And I'm grateful that my hair is growing back in and I'm still here to talk to you guys and to see every day. If saying, so glad you came through that and pulled through that is so out of the realm of possibility, that instead people would rather resort to superimposing my face on a monk head and reminding me of one of the worst times in my life. Yeah, it's all over. And that's not my house that she puts me sitting in. I mean, come on. It's obvious that she's got me. I mean, and it's it's gross. And all that harassment took place. Thank you, Rose. I mean, I'm not saying that I didn't get any wonderful, wonderful words of encouragement and wonderful people. I did. But every time I went to chemo and made a chemo vlog, and I'm not just talking about me, because if it happened to somebody else, I'd cry for them too. I don't think that's talent, making fun of chemo baldness. Anybody could do that. Anybody can hurt people's feelings with nasty lies and edited pictures and bullshit. I'm sorry that cancer took a lot of your family away. But to live in hearts we leave behind is never to die. To want to remind somebody of something that still makes me not have control over the saddest, scariest time of my life. It's just not funny. It doesn't mean that what's up should consistently say I'm mentally ill. Sure, his name's been out there, his real name, his real phone number, and I still never use it. And yet he's still consistently, because I think he's mentally ill for thinking that shit's funny and doing what he does. I'm just hoping someday he realizes that. Thank you, Night Owl. And I stand by you guys. We all stand together or we hang alone. I think it's mentally ill to try to hurt people, especially if it's lies and edited pictures. I just think that's wrong. To tell somebody, your sister died a long time ago, get used to it. Get used to behavior that I don't ever want to get used to. I want to see it out of here and gone and punished across the board. I don't want anybody else ever having to go through the aggressive. Right, but Robbie, what I'm saying is it is sick to think that cancer or baldness is funny. To have an aggressive hate campaign, smear campaign. Hi, Ambrosia. Even people, admittedly, with mental illness will call other people crazy and say things like, get your meds, get this, get that. And I think to myself, how can you not have the decency to realize that they're these people, they make fun, not you, I'm not speaking when I say you, I don't mean anybody directly. I'm speaking as if I would be speaking to them. To know that if somebody was mentally ill, but yet you admittedly have your own mental illnesses, how can anybody not be able to relate to that, empathize with it, and have compassion so that they aren't yelling out, "You're crazy, you're off your meds," lock them up, calling mental wellness checks on people. Why would anybody opt to waste officers' times of like that in that manner? I can't condone the behavior even if it wasn't happening to me. Even if it wasn't happening to me, I wouldn't think it was okay. If I was ever sitting next to a man and he was screaming that some woman and had a long list without one hesitation of cum guzzling, this, I'd be in shock, man. I'd mute them. I'd be appalled. But then again, I wouldn't be having live streams harassing a woman with cancer. It wouldn't occur to me. It wouldn't occur to me. I guess that's why I still talk about it, because I still can't wrap my head around it. Just like the time when somebody did a live stream saying how rotten I was, but in the meantime, they didn't recognize that Night Owl had gotten a clear result back from her battle with stage 2 breast cancer. But they went on to continue to say that Night Owl had stage 3 breast cancer and was still fighting it. They didn't care a lick for Night Owl. It was to just be hateful. Thank you, Ambrosia. I hope never anybody ever has to endure so much hate when you're trying to remain and keep just a grasp of loving life enough to want to have a will to live. No, I don't mean anybody here. I mean the person who made the video. Um, the night that, Bobbles made the video saying my breast implant explode. I didn't have a breast implant explode. If I had breast implants, well, they did a shitty job. And say there's no, her husband, once again, said there's no call for one-titted freaks. Do you know how many millions of women have had mastectomies? A woman last night, hi Jeanette, thank you so much for saying that. A woman last night said, well, She's talking about me and said, what does she know? That breast cancer is caused by lying. What a horrible thing to say. What a general, horrible thing to say about millions of women who have fought breast cancer. Yes, he did, Jeanette. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. He also said I spread my legs for meth when I can't pay my drug dealer. I don't do meth and I don't spread my legs for drug dealers. And I still can't understand. I can't wrap my head around it, and that's why it's become such a mission for me to not allow it to happen to anybody else. When all you want to do is love life, but people are dead set on making you try to hate life and lose your will to live, and you're in a very vulnerable position, that is suicide trolling. That's what that was. Suicide trolling. They wanted me to think life wasn't worth living anymore. They would say, how's it feel to be the most hated woman on YouTube? It feels very strange to me because I'm a bartender. I've never been hated and I don't hate people. I've never lied. I don't understand this. I was having to prove that I was in a hospital. Miss Passion made a video. Anybody can get a haircut. Anybody can get a port. Show some proof. They wanted me to show my breasts at one point. It's sick. And let me tell you that for months before I got cancer, I love CWC. That burn vision harassed me and prayed and prayed and prayed that I got cancer and died. Now, I'm not giving him any type of, or his demonic chanting that he would do, any type of power saying that happened. I just am still here to let him know that his evil, selling his soul to the devil, in my opinion, prayers, that he's not powerful. He's not more powerful than my God, our God. Mm-mm. No. Mm-mm. I am still here. I do want CWC. And that is not Chosen One Community, by the way, guys. God, I wish you'd change your name. Well, I mean, I heard Bobbles recently say she's put herself up on a pedestal because she chooses to take the high road. You don't have to be on a pedestal to take the high road. Oh, okay, Rose. Or you could actually just email me it yourself, and we could do that way. Um, my Gmail address is bossypants68@gmail.com. To say that somebody is up on a pedestal, I'm wondering, self-proclaimed pedestal. I'm wondering if her supporters choose to take the high road. Is there room up on that pedestal for all of them? I mean, and that was absolutely before her husband called me a cum guzzling rooster fish. I've never seen Ambrosia Moon gang up with anybody. So you can take your rhetoric and your attack of the people in this room, my friends, and take it away because you're blocked. You do not get to come in here. In God we trust, I'm sure. That was the name of the account. I'm sorry. To attack my friends here. Yeah, I can post that. I know, Ambrosia. I know. They're gone. They're gone. You're a lovely person. They're gone. People don't get to come in here and attack people in this room like that. Mm-mm. No way. They can come in and attack me for uh, an amount of time that I have the tolerance for them, but not the people here. Mm-mm-mm. That would negate trying to have a safe place for people here. I'm thinking that was probably chosen one community, in my opinion. In my opinion, I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I don't know. I really don't. But the bottom line is, people, my friends that are here, are not here to be attacked, and I don't allow it. I don't allow it. So they were gone immediately. Ambrosia, please don't let that make you be afraid to type in here. That is why people get afraid to type in here. But I promise you, people coming in here to attack my subs, not my subs, I don't even want to say that, my friends, my subs. What a horrible way to put that. My subs. That's a horrible way to say it. My apologies. What a horrible slip. That's horrible. Awful. Disgusting. I'm so mad at myself. I deserve a slap. My friends. This is our space to sit around a campfire. That's how I imagine it. And relax and just talk. And even if I see somebody being attacked outside of here that is my friend, I'll use this spot here to defend them. Because I think it's disgusting. There's no reason, and I feel so bad. I said that. I hate that about that. I just said that. Ugh, because you guys are my friends. Ugh, God. Ugh. Oh, thank you, Mr. Tim. And also because we don't have it up here and I wouldn't do it anyway. I've never even seen it except on Breaking Bad. My apologies. You guys accept my apology for saying my subs. God, I feel awful. I feel sick to my stomach that I said that. Ugh, ugh. Can you guys accept my apology, please? Ugh, I feel awful. So mad at myself. It's disgusting. I said that. Ugh. Can you guys accept that apology? Because, man, ugh. I never call you guys subs or followers. You're my friends. I'm a better person because of you guys. I know, Lemon. Ugh, feel horrible. That made me feel sick to my stomach. Some good old blue sky. What's blue sky? Is that vodka? She called us subs. Hold her down. I meant submarines. I meant subway. I meant substantial people. I meant substance. But I certainly didn't mean subhuman. I've seen people call people subhuman and refer. I'm not ticklish, Mr. Tim. That would be such a. Oh, was that when it was blue? Obviously. Was that when it was blue? I'm not the sharpest hoe in a mule shed and a tool shed, mule shed. Because I was reading she kicks like a mule. I'm not the sharpest hoe in the tool shed. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Oh, I I just think that this platform. Now, here's the thing. Stopping cyberbullies. I didn't even read their comments. I just saw. I mean, I'm not the brightest candle on the menorah. I find it such a complete um, waste of time for that person to keep making accounts to come in here that I previously said will be blocked immediately. And yet, that's what I'm wondering, Ellen. Could possibly be. Possibly, yeah, possibly. Is Ambrosia still here? That's not, I mean, I'm not saying Ambrosia's a clone that's in here. I'm just saying, is it possible that they cloned her and did that so that they could do this? No, no, I mean, in the comment, they said there was a comment, but I mean, like, is that any reason for them to waste their own time knowing that I had already stated whoever comes in here to harass my, no, not Ambrosia that's here. I mean the one that they're saying about on the comments, but she can comment anywhere she wants. People can't come in here and harass her for that. That's the bottom line. And anybody who's doing that seems to not value their time enough. No, 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 Mr. Tim, I like Ambrosia. She's been here before. My point is, please, please, Ambrosia Moon is very nice, has been here before, and we love her. Okay, Mr. Tim, we love you. Love your pitbull attitude. But what I'm saying is that that the person who keeps coming in to point out something so not like ridiculous, like, you know what I'm saying, doesn't understand that they're only wasting their own time, because I clearly stated that anybody who comes in here to harass people will be blocked immediately. So it seems they don't have a respect for their own, or an appreciation for their own time. You know, it's like they want to just keep making accounts to come in and be blocked. It's very strange. So quickly blocked that none of us even really remember what they said. You know what I mean? It seems really like they're just beating their head against the wall. I wish, literally. No, I don't think anybody's cloned her, Ambrosia. Do you think somebody's going around with a clone of you somewhere? I don't think so. I mean, they might start now, now that we've sat here talking about it. These poor, yeah, what a shame that some people have really not much better things to do than just harass people if they're in here. It's so strange. I hope she doesn't feel like we're not her fault. Ambrose, you are still here, right? Ugh, ugh, yeah. It's like if I think of a clone cloning, Night Owl, Panda, Cassidy, Cassio, I got was asking their shoe size. I know it was no, their shoes. Couple of typos there. I know, right? But when we talk about it here, everybody will know. I hope nobody plundered. I hope nobody plundered. Yes, there is. And some people trying to sabotage things too. Well, I mean, look at their well, I would rather they just lurk and jerk or linger and finger. I really hope they didn't scare her away. She's a very nice person. That's what they try to do here. That's why so many people sometimes will just not speak, because God, I mean, to start a petition to get me off YouTube. She tries to inspire people. She tries to positive prayer people for anything that ails them. Get that witch off YouTube. In fact, they all do that in there. Get them all off YouTube. I mean, come on, man. Like, just stop. It's a big enough platform for all of us, but I have no. What's seven mean? Oh, I got it. I got you. Nobody say anything. Remove your comment now, Luna. 8, 8, 7.5, 7.5 over here. And my favorite food is corned beef and cabbage. My favorite food is corned beef and cabbage. In fact, I love corned beef and cabbage. I would eat that all by myself. If I make corned beef and cabbage, I'll say I'm gonna share it with people, but I don't. Because usually, if I haven't bought two corned beefs, then there probably isn't any left. And the broth that I make is so good that for the people who I promised corned beef and cabbage to, but apparently it's not going to be there, they get kielbasa and cabbage, which is just as good. Really good. You'd be lucky to get that eat too. Just saying. Try to get corned beef away from me. Now I really want corned beef and cabbage. I feel like Ambrosia left. I hope not. A beautiful girl, beautiful person, beautiful name. Luna with her pity. That cracks me up. How is your new puppy? Did you get a new puppy? My friend just recently adopted a dog from Texas, and whoever it came from had clipped his ears, which is kind of weird to me because I wonder if they clipped their ears and thought they were going to be, like this big pit bull because they do have pretty big paws, but they didn't clip their tail because size wise, I really don't think this dog is like full pit bull. And I'm telling you, man, the their downstairs people, well, actually, he had adopted this pit bull Cashew a couple of years ago, and Cashew was just the sweetest dog ever. And then their daughter adopted a pit bull from Good Mona because we really like her, and I love that name, Ambrosia. What a beautiful name. He goes, it rough, 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 rough. Actually, I kind of thought the dog wearing cowboy boots and a Stetson was kind of strange, but yeah, I let him go with it. Scrapple. Is that that drink, Scrapple? I don't like any drink with crap in the title. With crap in the title. Mmm, tastes like crap. Why it's called Scrapple. I don't even know what I'm saying. Some people shouldn't even listen to me. But their daughter adopted a pit bull. That one is Dash. He also came from somewhere else. He also barks with a southern twang, but not as much. Beautiful, lovely dog. Not one of them barks when somebody comes to the door. But you can bet that Roscoe thinks he's quite the tough guy. And he does. Roscoe. Did you guys see him imitating a fire engine? So cute. So cute. So cute. That would be such a nice name. If anybody gets a female dog or has a new baby that is female, I suggest you call it Ambrosia. Pretty name. That is a beautiful name. So I guess what I'll do is end this live stream. I love you guys. Ah, you did see that? That was actually his imitation of a fire engine. He does it every time a fire engine goes by. Fire truck, fire engine. Nah, what do you mean? Everything's ground up in a block and you fry it. Like everything like what? Everything like what? What does that mean? Is it like haggis? Because that's gross too. In a block and you fry it? One time I went to a restaurant and I forget what the name of the chicken was, but it was in a square. It was in a square. I didn't like it. I did not like it. What is that stuff called? Square chicken. But there's another name for it. Anybody can come up with the name for square chicken. What the heck is it called? I'm telling you, it was square. And the weird thing was about it, it was like one of those, restaurants where the chef cooks on the, I want to say Chinese, but I don't even know because if that might be politically incorrect anymore. Is it okay to say Chinese restaurants? But he cooked right there in front of you. Go 10, it was called. And then they gave us square chicken. I don't even think they gave us what he was cooking on the grill right in front of us. Nothing was square. He chopped everything up, flipped it in the air, and we got none of it. Square chicken. Can anybody please? I gotta figure out what that's called. I believe that is scrapple. Crapple. Hey, you guys, peace, love, and tacos. Thank you for being here. Ambrosia, I'm so sorry. I hope you're not frightened to come back because we love you here. So, man, I'm sorry. Uh, Bye, Robbie, Mr. Tim, Night Owl, Luna, Rose, Lemon, Paranormal. I don't see her anymore. Hasn't said anything for a while. God, see, I hope she wasn't behind in the audio and just where did we meet Amber? That was all right. Peace, love, and tacos, you guys. Have a great night.